Okay, in this video I explain about the juxtaglomerular cells. Juxtaglomerular cells. Juxtaglomerular cells. Okay, so what is what is about the juxtaglomerular cells? Okay, so juxtaglomerular cells plays a main role in the kidney. So what is the role of juxtaglomerular? What is the significance of these juxtaglomerular cells? So before that, we know about the juxtaglomerular apparatus. What is juxtaglomerular apparatus? Okay, juxtaglomerular apparatus. Okay, apparatus. Yes. So juxtaglomerular apparatus means this region will be present. This region is present in the where the DCT, distal convoluted tubule, is directly contact with the afferent arteriole. Okay, the juxtaglomerular apparatus is present. This region is present where the afferent arteriole is contact with the distal convoluted tubule. So this is the distal convoluted tubule. So DCT. Okay, so DCT, that means distal convoluted tubule, and this one is the afferent arteriole. Okay, so afferent arteriole. Afferent arteriole. So where the afferent arteriole is directly contact with the distal convoluted tubule, that region is called as juxtaglomerular apparatus. Here we see why we are calling the juxtaglomerular apparatus. Okay, so then the region will be present in this part. Okay, right. So why we are calling the juxtaglomerular apparatus? Here we see here this is the DCT. The wall of the DCT contains a modified epithelial cells. So modified epithelial cells are crowded in the wall of the DCT. Okay, a modified epithelial cells. These are the modified. So modified epithelial cells. Epithelial cells which are crowded in the wall of the DCT. Okay, the crowded modified epithelial cells which are present in the wall of the DCT is called as macula densa. Macula densa. Okay, this is called as macula densa. And here we see the afferent arteriole. So in the wall of the afferent arteriole also has a modified cells. They are the modified smooth muscle cells. Okay, modified smooth muscle cells which are present at the wall of the afferent arteriole is called as juxtaglomerular cells. These are the juxtaglomerular cells which are present, which are the modified smooth muscle cells that are present in the wall of the afferent arteriole. Okay, so together with macula densa and juxtaglomerular cells, we are calling the juxtaglomerular apparatus. Okay, so juxtaglomerular apparatus means macula densa plus juxtaglomerular cells, calling juxtaglomerular apparatus. Okay, right, sir. So what is the main function of the juxtaglomerular cells? Okay, right, here we see. So when a glomerular filtration will be fall. A fall of glomerular filtration or a fall of blood pressure at the time when the blood pressure will be reduced. Okay, or glomerular filtration will be reduced. Okay, decreases. So then at that time the juxtaglomerular cells stimulates to angiotensinogen. Okay, so juxtaglomerular cells generally, here there is one problem. Just when the juxtaglomerular filtration will be reduced, okay, blood pressure will be decreases. At that time, juxtaglomerular cells will releases a enzyme that is renin. That is renin. Okay, I think you remember the renin. So there is two renin enzymes are there. Okay, there is two renin enzymes. So one is renin and another one is renin. So one is renin. So renin means this is the milk enzyme which acts on milk protein casein. Okay, this is involved in the digestion process. Okay, here renin is produced in the kidney through the juxtaglomerular cells. So there is a difference between renin and renin. Okay, so yes. So here we see the renin which produced by the juxtaglomerular cells. Okay, this renin stimulates to angiotensinogen. Angiotensinogen. This is the inactive enzyme. This one is the inactive enzyme. Okay, angiotensinogen. Nosen means inactive form. Okay, so renin now it activates the angiotensinogen or stimulates the angiotensinogen converts into angiotensin 1. Okay, here we see at the time of blood pressure fall, at the time of blood pressure decreased or glomerular filtration is decreased, at that time the juxtaglomerular cells secretes enzyme renin. So renin stimulates the angiotensinogen. Angiotensinogen is an inactive form. It will be become a active, converted into angiotensinogen 1, and the angiotensin 1 again converted into angiotensin 2 by a enzyme angiotensin converting enzyme. Okay, this enzyme plays a catalytic it plays a catalytic reaction, catalytes. So this enzyme catalyzes the angiotensin 1 into angiotensin 2. Okay, right. So now the angiotensin 2 stimulates the angiotensin 2 stimulates. Now the angiotensin 2 here stimulates the adrenal gland, adrenal cortex. Okay, adrenal cortex. So this now the adrenal cortex releases aldosterone hormone. Aldosterone. Okay, this is the hormone which is released by the adrenal cortex. Okay, now the aldosterone generally helps in the reabsorption of sodium and water in the renal fluid. So aldosterone helps in the absorption of sodium and water. Okay, sodium and water through the DCT and collecting duct, distal conductor tubule and collecting duct of nephron. Okay, right. So and the aldosterone also increase the blood pressure and glomerular filtration rate. Okay, right. This is the process. This is the process will be conducted by the juxtaglomerular cells. Okay, so juxtaglomerular cells generally secretes when the blood pressure will reduce, then the juxtaglomerular cells releases enzyme renin. So renin stimulates the angiotensinogen. Angiotensinogen is an inactive form. It will be converted into active form, angiotensinogen 1. Then angiotensinogen 1 converted into angiotensin 2 by a enzyme, angiotensin converting enzyme. Then the angiotensin 2 stimulates the adrenal cortex. Then ultimately it will be released aldosterone hormone which plays a main role. It releases it helps in the absorption of sodium chloride, so sodium and water, okay, through the distal convoluted tubule and collecting duct of the nephron. So then ultimately, as a result, it will be increase the blood pressure or glomerular filtration rate. Okay, yes. So this process are also called as RAAS. That means renin, angiotensin and aldosterone system. Okay, so renin, angiotensin, aldosterone system. Okay, so this system will increase the glomerular filtration rate.